Oh, goody.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Zombies here again, and today we're back with another Marvel Snap video. So, new patch dropped today. Not a whole lot of interesting stuff going on there. Probably have to wait for the OTA on Thursday for more interesting stuff relative to the live game. But as usual, we have a bunch of data mines, so we're going to take a quick look at them. Starting out with the December cards. So if you don't know, Rivals crossover event. Rivals is launching in December, and they're doing a crossover with a bunch of Marvel games, including Marvel Snap. And Snap's season is going to be that of Marvel Rivals characters, with Galacta leading our season pass and a bunch of other characters from the game joining through the Spotlight weeks. So let's take a look at what these cards do. Galacta is a 4/6. Each turn, the first card you play at another location reveals with +3 power. So yeah, they found a way to make this card good with Galactus, right? They had to find some way to tie them in together, and as of the most recent version of Galactus, she also has the same power as him, which is kind of thematic, but idea is very simple with this card. You play it, and it's going to make it easier to get a big Galactus so that you can win the lane with Galactus. Also good synergy with Symbiote Spider-Man, since you can buff that up with her and then buff Galactus up with her too, and then combine them. And who knows, maybe this card will have other potential outside of that, because +3 is a lot. It is on a 4-drop, so on average you'll usually only get 2 uses out of it, but maybe with a Psylocke or a Zabu, you get 3 uses out of it, which if you're getting 3 uses out of it, you're essentially playing a 4/15, assuming you proc every turn, which not a bad stat line. Card seems pretty decent. Then we have Rocket Raccoon and Groot. 3/3, you can move this once. After your opponent plays a card here, steal 1 power from it. This seems pretty strong, so it is going to essentially make it more difficult for your opponent to play into a lane, but the moving factor is really what gives this card potential, because given how move stuff orders in Marvel Snap, move always happens at the start of the turn. So being able to move into a lane and then your opponent played cards into it that turn, well, you're going to get a bunch of procs off of Rocket and Groot. Seems good. Then we have what I think is the best card of the season, Doom 2099, 4/2. So quite a bit smaller than Dr. Doom, but for good reason. After each turn, add a Doombot 2099 to a random location if you played exactly 1 card. And the Doombot 2099 is a bit better than the regular Doombots we're accustomed to. It is also a 4/2 with ongoing. Your other Doombots and Doom have +1 power. So this adds up real quickly, and if you're meeting that condition every turn from turn 4 to turn 6, you might notice that the Doom and Doombots are going to get up to 5 power each. You'll also have 3 of them at that point, since you get 1 on 4, 1 on 5, 1 on 6. And on top of all that, because of how this is worded, presumably this works with Dr. Doom as well, the regular version. So if you play Dr. Doom as your turn 6 play, you only played the 1 card, all the other Doombots are going to have that ongoing affect the Doombots you get off regular Doom as well as regular Doom himself. This is a whole lot of power, and it would not surprise me to see a re-emerging of the Sandman archetype that's just trying to play 1 card a turn on turn 4, turn 5, turn 6, because this gives it some very powerful support. Moving on to the rest of the cards this month, we have Luna Snow, a 3/5 on reveal. Add an ice cube to each side of this location. The ice cube is a 1/0 with, at the start of each turn, get +1 energy. Then destroy this if your side is full here. So yeah, clogs up a little bit, although it's not really a clog card because it is going to die, and it's also one of those cards you really have to build your deck in a way to leverage more efficiently than your opponent, since as we've seen with things like Crystal, giving your opponent the same resource you're getting is a pretty big downside. You usually want that stuff to be one-sided, and the same is likely to be true with extra energy, so you really have to build your deck in a way to make use of that, or hope the opponent is playing a deck where they can't really make use of it. So this one seems a little bit more on the mid side to me, but it's stapled on a 3/5. 3/5s are good, so who knows, it's probably playable. Bruce Banner. A lot of people are going to hate this card, I'm pretty sure. So, Bruce Banner 2/1. When you end a turn with unspent energy, 25% chance to Hulk out. What does that mean? We don't know for sure, but I think we can make a very safe assumption here since there has been no new version of the Hulk data mined. Presumably, it's just a 25% chance to change into the Hulk, which is insane. And I think a lot of people aren't going to like playing against this card because when you do it, it will just never hit it. And then when your opponent does it, it'll hit it on the first chance they get. That's just how it goes. It's like they kind of made Danger Room a card. So that's kind of funny, but I think it's going to be a little bit less funny when you see it happening to you in game. And then we have Penny Parker rounding it out. 2/3 on reveal, add Spider to your hand. When this merges, you get +1 energy next turn, and Spider is a 3/3 on reveal. Merge with one of your cards here. You can move that card next turn. So more merge support. We're also seeing, this card doesn't really care about what is merging with it. So you could try out a Hulkbuster. You could try out Agony, who we got last month. There are some options for getting a bit more extra energy here. Curious to see how this one ends up turning out. This card could be especially interesting in a Sarah control kind of list, because that deck has often had trouble just playing things out for points on turn 2 and turn 3. So having a 2-drop that gets you a 3-drop, which will accelerate your energy and let you play Sarah on turn 4, could be very beneficial to that kind of deck. And we have some more information about upcoming cards in January. The season pass for January is going to be the Iron Patriot, 2/3 on reveal, add a random 4, 5, or 6 cost card to your hand. If you're winning here after the next turn, give it -4 cost. Yeah, that seems kind of busted, to be honest. That seems very, very busted, assuming you are able to reasonably proc this effect. That is a huge amount of mana cheat. Obviously, it's going to be quote-unquote balanced around the fact that the card is random. Might not always be good, but even if it's just a mid card, getting such a massive reduction of energy is generally very powerful, and that's going to be your season pass card for the month of January. And then we get a look at the January cards as well here. Now, keep in mind, these are data mines. Things can change. I imagine the Rivals cards aren't going to change, and honestly, many of these might not either, since they've been changing cards less and less when it comes to the early data mines versus final releases, but it is data mine stuff, so it's worth saying. Anyway, Victoria Hand, our first card here, 2/3 ongoing. Your cards created in your hand have +2 power, so finally a bit more support for cards that like to generate cards. Maybe we'll see a little bit of that being played more often outside of just Arsham running things like Coulson and Nick Fury for value. That would be cool. Then we have Moonstone, 4/5 ongoing, has the ongoing effects of your 1, 2, and 3 cost cards here. That could be very powerful in a kind of ongoing focused deck. So curious to see how that plays out. Ares is a 4/6 on reveal. Compare the power of the top 3 cards of both decks. If your total is higher, +6 power. This is pretty interesting because it is also getting you some information, and if it succeeds, it is being a 4/12 without any other stuff going on. It's in some ways a better Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray Bill hasn't had a whole lot of success in the past, so curious to see if a card like this can make a similar stat line end up working out. And there's Toxidoxy, 2/4 on reveal, draw a card. You can't play cards next turn. Yeah, I'm not too sure what deck super wants this. I suppose this could be an Arsham include, because you could play it on turn 1 and you don't mind skipping turn 2. Or some kind of dedicated combo deck like Tribunal, where you're okay with skipping one of the early game turns. But outside of that, not too sure where this is going to find a home, but drawing a card. But drawing a card is very, very powerful in games with such a limited deck size. Gorgon is a 2/3 ongoing. Your opponent's cards that didn't start in their deck cost 1 more, maximum 6. So hey, do you hate Arsham half as much as I do? Well, we made a tech card for you. And I guess it's also teching against the upcoming Victoria Hand as well. Maybe that's why they decided to make it. I don't know, but if you really hate Generation, now you have a way to cause them a little bit of a headache. And then last but not least is Bullseye. This is a card that's been around since the very early beta days, but it got a redesign here. It is a 4/5 activate, discard all cards that cost 1 or less from your hand. Afflict that many different enemy cards with -2 power. So some very obvious synergy here with the recently released Scorn, as well as some swarms that could be 0 cost. Outside of that, I'm not too sure what you're trying to do with this card, but maybe that is just enough to justify its inclusion in discard. We'll have to wait and see. And that is the bulk of the news that we got within this patch. We can see some art here for the upcoming Rivals season, including a Galacta that I think is a Rian Gonzalez variant, which is really cool, as well as the variants that'll be included in this season, one for Hela and one for Doctor Strange. And then we can see some of the art for the January season as well, which includes Dakin and Sentry as the other cards in the past. This likely hints or confirms that Dakin is probably going to be included in the upcoming series drop in December. Other than that, we just have a bunch of the cards we ran through. Some cards got slight wording changes, but they meaningfully did not change in terms of how their effect works, so not too much worth talking about there. Some information on Super Premium. Looks like Super Premium will cost $20, and when you unlock it, you get access to a bundle, as well as more rewards through the month. Looking for more info. So we don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but it seems like it's going to be double the price, because why not be double the price? And I guess we'll have to wait and see if that double the price is actually worth double the stuff or not. No information on locations yet. And we do have spotlights, so we'll quickly go through the spotlights here so you can have an idea of what to plan around for the next season. Unfortunately, the art isn't updated right now. We got some new locations coming up. Spider Island, after you play a card here, move it. Asgard Besieged, after turn 3, add the Destroyer to the winning side. And Tokyo 2099, cards can't be discarded. We have some Conquest variants and Ultimate variants for America Chavez, Luke Cage, Ebony Maw, and Madam Web, as well as some promo variants, which we don't currently have any other information on, but it's possible we see these as part of an event or web store bundle or something like that. There's some new albums joining the game. No One, Rivals, Doom, all the Marvel Rivals variants. I'm sure some people will be excited to collect many of these if you're a fan of Marvel Rivals. And the unlocks include some tokens, a Groot and Rocket emote, and the Doctor Doom Marvel Rivals variant. And then another album before Nullmas for all the nullified variants, rewarding you with a avatar, 2 Snowflake Red Borders, a Tyler Kirkham Null, and the Distracted Daredevil emote. The Rose Tinted variants album, Rose Besh variants, these are pretty cool. 2K Collector's Tokens, Big Mistake emote, and the White Widow variant of her art as well for the album rewards. And then Particular Pantheon for all the Pantheon variants, including a Premium Mystery variant. I think it's the first time we've seen one of those in an album reward. 2 Distressed Blue Borders, and a Hela Pantheon variant as well. Then we have the Spotlight schedule. So December 3rd through December 10th, we have Luna Snow, Lady Deathstrike, and X-23. December 10th through the 17th, we have Penny Parker, Gladiator, and Sasquatch. December 17th through the 24th, we have Doom 2099, Hitmonkey, and Meek. December 24th through the 31st, we have Bruce Banner, High Evo, and Ravonna Renslayer. 31st through the 7th, we have Rocket Raccoon and Groot, Blob, and Celine. January 7th through the 14th, we have Victoria Hand, Grandmaster, and Kate Bishop Hawkeye. January 14th through the 21st, we have Bullseye, Black Swan, and Nocturne. January 21st through the 28th, we have Moonstone, Kyera, and Marvel Boy. And January 28th through February 4th, we have Ares, Kang, and Misery. Maybe we will finally see Kang get that long-awaited rework on or around this date. Here's hoping. Got a lot of new variants as well. We'll scroll through these here. Absolute ton of variants added in this patch. I know they were a little bit lighter on it the last patch we got, and maybe this is why. There are a whole ton of them here, including many variants of the characters in their kind of Marvel rival outfit. I'm sure a lot of people will like that, but for the new cards, especially for that fancy Marvel Rivals version, you're going to have to get a hold of the Spotlight, which could prove to be a bit pricey. But yeah, a whole host of variants here for a lot of different characters. So I'm sure people will like to see that, as the art is definitely one of my favorite things about Marvel Snap. New bundles. There are a lot of them. There are a lot of bundles, so we're going to try and go through these relatively quickly. Star Paws from the 3rd to the 7th, $20. Cosmo variant, Candy Cane border, 500 credits, 2,000 gold. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Mockingbird, $99, big bundle. 2 metallic silver borders, Mockingbird variant and Wasp variant from Pandar Studio. Spotlight Cash Key, 5k credits, 5k gold. Border bundle, 3 web black bundles, 1,500 credits for $25. They really aren't cheaping out on those rare borders, huh? The One Who Knocks, Shadow King, 4,500 gold, 7,500 credits from the 5th to the 10th. Claws for Celebration, Zabu from the 10th to the 17th, 2k collector's tokens, 1,200 credits for $25. Spectre of the Past from the 11th through the 17th, Moon Knight variant, 1,500 credits, 700 gold, $15. The Tide Hunter Wave variant, 1,200 gold for $10. Bill Breaker from the 17th to the 24th, $35 for a Bill variant and 6k credits. December 18th through the 24th, Artist Spotlight Brett Bean variants for Devil Dino and Beast, 3k collector's tokens for 3,500 gold. The Devil Wears Blue Mystique variant, Cosmic Blue border, 2,500 credits for $20 from the 20th to the 26th. Tips and Tricks Loki, 24th through the 31st of December, $50 for a Loki variant and 7,500 gold. Web Shredder Spider-Woman, including a Snowflake Blue border, 2,500 credits for 2,000 gold from the 25th to the 30th of December. Widow in White, December 27th through January 1st, another $100 bundle for 10k collector's tokens and 2,400 gold. The Good, the Bad, and the Misty Knight variant, December 30th through January 4th, 1,500 credits for $10. Explosive Snow Day Negasonic Winter Vacation variant, Snowflake Red border, 2,500 credits, 2,500 gold, $25 from the 31st through the 7th. Border bundle, 2 matte black borders, 500 credits for $15 from the 2nd to the 8th of January. A bunch of these promo ones, which honestly aren't really worth going in depth on. They are usually bad, would not recommend. Token Tuesdays make their return. Then we have the web shop recap stuff. January 2nd through the 9th, there's a Captain America Nullified and a Ghost Rider Nullified. These are both $15. The Captain America one has more credits. The Ghost Rider one has more gold. Witching Hour bundle, January 7th through the 14th. Nico Minoru variant, Cosmic Black border, 3k collectors tokens, 3k credits, 6k gold. Cosmic Charmer Mantis bundle, 7th of January through the 4th of February for $10. You get a Mantis variant, 800 credits, 800 gold. Take a Bow Mirage variant, 2,800 credits for 2k gold from the 8th to the 12th of January. Jug or Not, January 9th through the 15th for $30. You get a Jug variant, 3k credits, 1,200 gold. Total Buzzkill Toon World Annihilus with a Cosmic Green border, Spotlight Cash Key, 2k gold for $50 from the 13th to the 19th of January. Hope Springs Eternal Hope variant with the Cosmic Orange border, 3,500 credits for $30. Cat Out of the Bag bundle for Black Cat from the 15th to the 19th of January, 3k credits for $20. Slice Baby Lady Sif variant from the 19th through the 23rd, 1,800 gold for $15. Mission Nimpossible Nimrod variant from the 20th to the 26th, including a neon purple border, 3k tokens for 4k gold. Gilgamesh You Up bundle, Gilgamesh variant, metallic silver border, 3k credits, 3k gold from the 21st to the 20th of January for $50. Rage Against the Machine Sentinel variant, 24th through the 29th of January, including a neon purple border, 2,500 credits for $20. The Collector's Bundle, 6K Collector's Tokens, 4K Gold for $75 from the 27th through the 31st. Ajax of all trades. Looks like we're finally getting some more Series 5 bundles, it would seem. January 28th through February 4th. Ajax variant, matte black border, 3K collector's tokens, 2K credits, $50 price tag. New Year, New Chi, January 29th through Feb 4th. Shang-Chi variant, cosmic red border, 1,000 gold, $10. The Psychic Sakura bundle from January 31st through February 4th includes a Psylocke variant, 2,500 credits for $15. More promo stuff we don't really care too much about. And then the web shop recap for the month of January includes the Rosebesh Nightcrawler and her Captain Marvel variant. Again, the first offer is having more credits, the second is having more gold, and they're both $15. And we can also see the November web shop recap, including food fight variants for She-Hulk and Moon Girl. So I guess they've picked up on a trend of putting in album variants into these to make these a bit more appealing. The She-Hulk one has more credits, the Moon Girl one has more gold. They're both available for $15. Battle Pass Super Premium, we know it is $20. We don't really know what is going to entail yet. Looks like we do have some instant rewards here for the Super Premium. Maybe they'll start that soon, although it says November 4th here, so maybe this is outdated information. Or they wanted to launch it and they couldn't, but there was an Odin variant in 3 metallic gold. I sure hope that is not the only thing they try and put in to double the price of their season pass, because I do not think that would work out very well. And then we have a ton of these weekly web shop things. I'm not going to spend a lot of time breaking down the times for these or the contents. You can see them here, but basically every week there's going to be a different $10 bundle in the store. Maybe this is appealing to someone who is working their way through Series 3 and wants one of these cards for the ones that are Series 3. But yeah, generally, I don't really have much to say about these offers. Bunch of new titles, and yeah, that is it. So what about the patch that actually dropped today? Is there anything interesting going on there? And the quick version is not really. There are a few things worth mentioning here. The first of which was not actually in the patch notes, but was mentioned on Discord. After listening to player feedback, we're going to be removing Spotlight variants from the daily shop to leave more room for other desired variants starting today. We'll be reconsidering how to best present Spotlight variants to players, but we don't have any solid plans at this time. Please keep sharing your feedback, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I think most people won't care about this. Some people will probably be annoyed if you had a Spotlight you were waiting for. Now it will be an indeterminate amount of time before you get a chance to acquire that. But it is kind of funny to me that, I mean, people have had complaints about the shop not showing what they want for, I don't know, the past year. Basically ever since albums were added and album variants have been flooding the shop, it makes it less likely to get the things you want. People have been asking for a way to opt out of that, or just even a faster shop rotation so they could see through it more quickly and find the things they want, and nothing has been done on this front. But hey, once a week you'll have 3 more slots now because you don't have these spotlights there. So some people will be happy about it, some people will be unhappy about it, and I think the vast majority of players will not care because this is not going to meaningfully impact the shop experience. I think if they really wanted to act on that feedback, there are definitely other more impactful ways of doing so, but it doesn't seem they're up to that right now. We also got a confirmation of when Deadpool's Diner is returning. That's going to be November 21st. Really not much information there other than we can get King Itiri and a Jane Foster variant, but no other info on if or how Deadpool's Diner has changed since its initial debut. Maximus got a voice effect and audio, and now when you're looking in the shop at many of those album variants that pollute it, you can click on the little album icon and it gives you a preview of the album so you can see how far along you are. They updated some text to make things a bit more clear, but didn't change any cards in that respect. And I guess we'll have to wait and see for Thursday's OTA on how that is going to impact the game. Reminder that Thursday's OTA is the only OTA we are getting this entire month. because they made the very smart move of planning their second OTA on Thanksgiving and then decided to cancel it. So here's hoping it's a good one, because it's going to determine what the game is going to look like for quite a while. And yeah, it's going to wrap it up for our Datamine review. Keep an eye out at the link in the description below, because we might get more information later on in the day. But yeah, I'm curious what you think about all the upcoming cards, and in general, what your feelings are about Marvel Snap right now. I'm planning another video where I want to do kind of an in-depth discussion about the card acquisition of the game, not just in the present, but kind of where card acquisition started, where it is now, and where it might need to be in the future to sustain the game long-term going forward. But that's a topic for another time. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you enjoyed it, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.